Right, let's look at an example of using a formula or function in Microsoft Excel. So this handout, I've given you this in class already, and we've gone through it in class. But I'm making this video so that you have a form of reference. You can always look over what we have done. Now, let's examine or analyze what we have here. First of all, we have a spreadsheet to the top here, and then we have a list of questions at the bottom. Let's look at our spreadsheet. We have our row numbers and we have our column letters. In our spreadsheet itself, item, price, quantity, those look like our table headings. And under item, we have pencil and ruler. Under price, we have prices. And under quantity, we have amounts. Okay, and then it's blank otherwise. So question 1, insert a column for subtotal. So let's click in the next one after the last table heading, that's D1, and I'm going to type subtotal. Number 2, calculate the subtotal of price by quantity using a formula. Now, if you remember a formula, equal sign, cell address, mathematical operator, cell address. So I need to type equal, but what? We need to figure out the cell address. We need to figure out the mathematical operator. Okay, in this question, is there a clue as to what the mathematical operator could be? Well, there's this word here, by. By usually indicates that we have to multiply. All right, let's go to our spreadsheet and let's go to our first set of items. So I'm going to click in D2 under subtotal since we are calculating the subtotal. So D2 would be my first subtotal. And I see the price is 125 and I want to multiply by 10. Now this might be fine in maths, but we are doing IT, so this is wrong. I cannot write the answer either, 12.5, wrong. That is not what we do in IT. We use a formula in this case. So we're going to type an equal sign or write an equal sign and then a cell address. So what is the cell address of the price? Let's see, that's in B2. What is a mathematical operator? Well, we said by was a hint for a multiplication sign, which is the asterisk. And then we need another cell address. So the cell address for the quantity is C2. I'm going to type C2. And that's how you calculate the subtotal for pencil. And you do the same thing for ruler. Click in the cell that would give me a subtotal for ruler. I'm going to type equal. Price for ruler is B3 asterisk because I'm multiplying. I'm multiplying by the quantity which exists inside of C3. Okay, that's question 2. Question 3. Insert a column for VAT amount. All right, let's go here. VAT amount. Right, number 3 done. Number 4. Calculate the VAT amount of 15% by subtotal using a formula. Now, we see that word by again. So that means we have to calculate. What are we calculating? So first of all, we are calculating the VAT amount. So I need to click under E2. E2 is going to have my answer. All right. What's my formula? Let's see. 15% by total. So you see what I'm doing? I'm analyzing my question because my question actually has the answers, but I do need to remember what a formula looks like. So 15% by subtotal. So you already know by means multiply. So I want to multiply my subtotal. So first of all, answer is going in E2 equal sign. 15%. So 15% multiply asterisk, right, by subtotal. Subtotal here exists here in D2. So I'm going to type my cell address D2. Now here's the thing though. In IT, we can't, in a formula, we can't type a percent sign like that. So what does a percent equal to? So percent, 15% can be equal to a decimal. If it's equal to a decimal, 0.15, or it can be a fraction, 15 over 100. Notice how I wrote the over, right? I didn't write 15, over the 100. I put a slash for divide. So I'm going to change this 15% to decimal or fraction. You decide. All right, so I could put it like that, or I could put it like this. But if I'm going to use a fraction, I'm just going to put some brackets around my fraction. All right, so you have two ways. Okay, moving on to the next one. The next VAT amount for ruler. Let's click in E3 equal 15%. We know this. So I'm using decimal here, but I would say if you're using fractions, use fractions. If you're using decimals, use decimals. So I have a fraction up there. I'm going to continue with the fraction. Right. Multiply by subtotal. Subtotal for ruler is here. That's D3. All right. So number 4 is done. Number 5. Insert a column for total. Right. Let's do that. In F1. Good. Let's go to number 6. Calculate the total as the addition of subtotal and VAT amount using a formula. So again, the hint is in the question. Addition of subtotal and VAT amount. Okay, so my first total answer is going to go here in F2. And I want to add something. I want to add my subtotal and my VAT amount. So equal, subtotal would be D2 plus VAT amount, which is E2. Let's go to the next one. Equal, of course. Subtotal D3 plus VAT amount here is E3. Nice. Number 7. Insert a column for profit. Let's go. Okay. Type a dollar amount. Okay, type a dollar amount, right? Format this data as currency. Now, I'm just going to type a number in or write a number in. Let's put $6 here. Let's put $10 here. Just making up, right? So that's number 8. Okay, number 9. Profit total. Insert a column for profit total. All right. Okay. Profit total. Number 10. Calculate the profit total as the addition, all right, hint right there, addition of total and profit. So let's go under the first profit total. We have total here and profit. So equal total is, what's that, F2 plus profit is G2. Next one, equal, of course. Total, F3 this time, plus, this is G3. All right. Nice.